I'm half a mil out. It's that easy. Now half a mil is acceptable, but if it was much more, the frame would be thrown out. So I want to get the idea that with frameworks, parallelness is absolutely important, and there are ways of double checking. So this is our first double check, that if possible in woodwork, copy the components. Put a little mark there, 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 and there. Put my name back on. Make sure your name's on every piece of wood. Put your face marks. There's one there. There's one there. There's face marks there. You see, if it's a nice piece of cabinetry, you might want to get the grain matching on the frame. So that's a consideration, because you know the grain is important design consideration. Right, now I'm going to extend these marks. Shade waste. Turn this round as I'm left-handed and stock against face edge. Quite a light line with the biro, and then just double check that they are accurate. Right, for the framework, the face marks come into play as being very useful insofar as we aim at getting the face sides all on the same side and the face edges usually on the inside, but sometimes in cabinet framework you have them on the outside, as long as you have it one or the other. So what I've done is I've lined up my pieces then, making sure I've got my name on all four pieces. I've got face side, face edge mark on all. I've got all the face side marks together and all the face edge marks together. The next thing I'm going to do is code the joints. This is going to be joint A. That's going to be joint B. C, D. We started off with a halving joint on the first corner, and then we've gone on to a mitre joint, which is a typical joint in picture framing. And then we're going to put a little biscuit in there. And then on the third joint we're going to do a dowel joint, and I'm going to show you the wood dowel. And on the final joint, which is this one here, we're going to do a kind of dovetail, a variation of a dovetail joint. You can always get diagonals, just look more dynamic. Right, I need a marking gauge.
There's a couple.
So the first thing to do is to hook it on there and make sure it's flush here. Okay, and then it's very simple. All we do is we do the angle, that bit and that bit. So it is important that this is flush, that you feel with your finger. Cut it across there, a bevel on that one, very very tiny bevel, hardly anything at all, and then trim off. Right, okay, the moment of truth that I'm staking my reputation on is, does the joint fit? Just I'll call you round when I'm...
When he's used the mallet.
Just to... In fact, normally we use a hammer for this, it's much more impact. Right, now it just shows how difficult this joint is. For a start, I haven't gone all the way down to the line. And also the importance of looking at it where there's light shining on it. If there's no light shining on it, you can easily mistake it. So that's easily remedial.
You just make it deeper.
Yeah, make the bottom of this slightly deeper. Now is I've got very slight gaps. Not there. That's nice and tight. But that one there again, it can be remedied, because if there's a gap there, it's got to be pushed up. Be very careful when you take it out that you don't bruise the wood. Put one piece in the vise if you want, to make it a bit easier to pull out. I can now concentrate on bringing this up. It's probably minor, just a little bit of doctoring All right, just if you get it spot on first time, well done. Ah, slight burr there. Do you see that? I forgot to clean that out, and that's part of the reason. Very slight burr in the corner. So let's see if that makes a difference. So I'm going to put that back in the vise, get rid of that burr, and that's how we do it. It's only a tiny, see how small that burr is? Tiny bit of debris. Just generally. And also if that's not 90 degrees, if it's at an angle, you see, even things like that, it's got to be absolutely 90 degrees. I don't know whether this is long enough to actually squeeze it. This would be sod's law. Ah, look at that, right. A little bit of persuasion. Well, it wasn't perfect straight away, but I think I can improve that because I've got to work this line back a bit. I don't mind if you take up plumbing or deep sea diving or insurance broking, but if you just remember to shave
I've done it a bit
you have
wrong
there, yeah. What's happening here?
Well, I got the wrong
line?
length, so the right length's that one, not that one.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Right, where you make a mistake, put a wiggle through the line.
Okay, right.
And really, I really mean this,
Yeah.
do the shading really neatly. Just by using this shape and maybe cutting 3 or 4 of these and playing around with them. And I think the fact that you've never done woodwork before is actually a tremendous advantage because I can teach you from scratch.